In today's society, there's a group, a faction, organization, call it whatever you will, that causes people to hate each other. Now, I'm not talking about the NRA, though it may seem like I am, but in fact, the actual issue comes from social media. They've discovered a way to project two totally different images simultaneously, side by side, while at the same time hinting at a subliminal connection between the two. Here are a few examples. Car accident, Asian. Gas station, Indian. Explosion, the Middle East, or some people like to know as the Iraq. Audio terrorism, country music. Now, if you have been thinking of any of these word associations, then you too have been guilty of stereotyping. Well, what is stereotyping, you ask? It's any common public belief about a certain person or social group that most oftentimes is not true. It stems from the media's ability to put one and one together to equal something resembling Kim Kardashian.
Oh, wow.
It usually... It consists of something that is simultaneously extremely superficial on the outside while being completely empty on the inside. Now, we face stereotypes in our world today, but there are ways to combat it, and one of the most efficient ways is through the use of comedy. Now, we can't expect people to understand or to even laugh with us unless we learn to understand and laugh at ourselves, which is exactly what comedy gives us. A lesson in understanding and acceptance while being the most fun we can ever have with our clothes on. Now, one group that gets a lot of stereotyping from the world are the Asians. And here are a few common misunderstandings we get. We're all highly intelligent beings. This isn't true. We all love attempting to sing karaoke. This is definitely not true. We all have some mystical kung fu powers. We wish this was true. We're all technological geniuses. The late Steve Jobs was white. We can dance. Come on, seriously? Now, for me, growing up being Chinese American has always been difficult. Not because of the crushing expectations I get from my parents, but because, as we know, the two countries are getting along so well these days, so it proves some inner conflict within me. Part of me hates me, part of me likes me, part of me is a communist, part of me doesn't know what communism is, part of me thinks we should have a nuclear weapons program, part of me doesn't think I can be trusted with one. And our eyes. Yes, they're small, yes, they're tricky, and yes, sometimes when we close our eyes, we can't see. But that doesn't mean we're bad drivers. Now, whenever someone tells me this, in my head, I'm thinking, so the 80% of car crashes aren't caused by really bad white drunk drivers, they're actually caused by Asians disguised as really bad white drunk drivers, because it's exactly what we do, right? No. But the other day, I saw a car commercial. And it was the most amazing car commercial I've ever seen in my entire life. You know why? There was an Asian driver. Yeah. Mercedes-Benz put an Asian driver in one of their car commercials. I mean, this is huge. For once, it's breaking down the, oh, we have small eyes, so that obviously means we can't drive stereotype by proving to the general public, in a public way, that yes, Asians can, in fact, drive. And plus, who says we can't anyway? And technology. Technology has gotten in the way sometimes, as we know, because, well, if you have any high-tech camera, you know it comes with a Did Someone Blink feature where it highlights the face around someone the camera perceives to have blinked during the time of the duration of the time the picture was taken. So it causes a few problems. Ironic thing is, we made those cameras, so whoops. Now, comedy allows us to break down racial stereotypes, but I think I'll have to elaborate more on this. Thank you. What comedy does is that it takes an already absurd idea, i.e. the stereotype, taking a joke to stretch that stereotype over the point of incredibility, so it becomes something so stupid, it's unbelievable. It's kind of like taking a balloon and pumping more and more air into it until it bursts. So comedy takes an already existing idea, pushing it past its limits, and giving us only the bits and pieces that are left over. Now, there are many groups in the world who want to break down the stereotypes they face. And one group in particular directs their attention against the Middle Eastern stereotype. They're called the Axis of Evil Comedy Tour. 3 guys and 1 hoe. Now, they consist of the Iranian-American Masr Rani, the Egyptian-American Ahmed Ahmed, the Palestinian-American Aaron Cater, and the Korean-Jordanian-born Wonho Chang. Now, their performances have become so popular that in addition to their sold-out performances, they were even given a TV slot on Comedy Central, and the King of Jordan even attended one of their shows. Now, in case you may be wondering, the name of their group, the Axis of Evil, is a tribute to a man who all comedians around the world want to thank for tirelessly working to their cause over the last decade. He's especially lauded by comedians with a Middle Eastern background. You might know him as well. What's the purpose of their skit is to disprove the stereotypes of the Middle Eastern people, which unfortunately consists of bombers, billionaires, and belly dancers. What they want to do is prove that the Middle East can have fun, they can laugh, they can celebrate life just like we all do. And they're not all angry fanatics who want to kill the infidels. Now, many people around the world want to do this as well. And with forums such as Twitter, YouTube, Reddit, Instagram, the list goes on and on. The internet allows people to have current and fast access to global news. Studies show that more people better understand news by watching shows such as The Daily Show or The Colbert Report than if they watch any major broadcasting news channel. Now, a popular video swirling around YouTube right now is made by the hilarious YouTube channel group College Humor. Their video, Gay Men Will Marry Your Girlfriends, puts into perspective the moral and civil issues gay men and women face in our country today. Their satirical and tongue-in-cheek, but yet honest perspective puts into light the controversial topic that has engulfed our country for months. So as they say in their video, which is addressed to straight men who are opposed to gay marriage, we're doing you guys a huge solid by being more attracted to each other than to your girlfriends. And no, we weren't just checking out that other girl, obviously. Viral videos are a great way to spread change and ideas humorously, which is why so many comedians are jumping to the internet to change the world's perspectives on who we are, while giving their viewers a pretty good time at it. Now, I think you guys are probably tired of me, so I'll end with this. Let's stop the hate and stereotyping and counter it with love and humor. Remember, when anyone says something to you that's stereotypical, whether it's queer, terrorist, douchebag, or even Twinkie muffin, remember, it's just like looking in a circus mirror. The image you see is funny and distorted, but it's not you, and you know it. So let's start changing the way the world sees us, one laugh at a time. Because, well, what society thinks we do, what our friends think we do, and what we know we do are so very different from one another. Now, I hope you've enjoyed my TED Talk, and if you didn't, well, you obviously weren't paying attention.